The holiday season is upon us, and that, if you're lucky, it means maybe a vacation. Certainly, a lot of times it means family reunions, and they should be happy times. But it isn't always that a case of that being true. With us today, psychologist Tom Cottle. Hi, Tom.
Hi, John.
How are you enjoying your week at Disney World?
I love it. I've gone on every ride. I've had 8,642 hot dogs, and it's terrific.
How you feel? Huh?
Well, there's a little space for one more, hot dog in there somewhere. I'm feeling good.
Okay, let's talk about reunions, because I said at the beginning, they're supposed to be happy times, but it doesn't always happen that way. And you said a lot of times you find yourself slipping into old roles. Mothers and daughters, so forth, fathers and sons.
Yeah, you do. You see it in a lot of families. For example, college students go home and they say, Mom still thinks I'm 14 years old. Or people will come on a Christmas or Thanksgiving vacation and they'll say, you do something with your hair. Or, don't you think that's not a becoming shirt? Shouldn't we be wearing blue or black? And people flop back in the roles. Why is it such a thing? Well, it's hard to know. Some families, I think, face the problem that they never did have a chance to grow up together. At a particular age, they all split up. And the only way that mom or dad knows how to deal with that child is when he or she was 12 or 14 years of age. Oftentimes, too, John, something happens at that early age, and a mother and a father get stuck with a child. They get stuck at that particular moment. Something happened at age 8 or 9, and they really never got beyond it.
Well, for the child, is it better just to go along with it?
No, I think it's good to go along with it for a moment.
Because you're not going to be there that long.
No, but you go along with it for a moment, and then you realize, no, this is not the right thing. What you really want to do is to say to your parents, look, we've got to lurch forward. We've got to get into a different stride of life because I want to be your son or your daughter. I want to have you as my parent, but it's not working if you constantly are making me the 8-year-old and 9-year-old. Let us both grow together. Let's have a new kind of a relationship. It doesn't mean I'm not going to be your child anymore.
Yeah, but Tom, isn't it true that a lot of the family reunions, some of the strain develops because some of the members feel left out or not really as important as they feel they should be?
Well, there is no question that in every family, almost every family, you will find a child or an adult. Dad often feels left out. Mom gets together with the kids and dad feels left out. But then you got to begin to look and see, is this a historical pattern? Have you always been in a situation where you felt left out? Is there a favorite? Is there a child that in fact is a favorite, that dad would rather be with the sister than the brother or the brother and the sister? Lots of people do feel left out, and I guess it's incumbent upon all people when they're adults, whether they're the older grandparent or the next older parent, to say, we got to look out for that person. They're a little left out. It's like the teacher looking out for the left out kid in school. You've got to be on the alert for someone who feels left out.
All right, it happens. You don't want it to happen, but there usually is some member of an enlarged family that you don't get along with. It can be your brother, or your sister, an aunt, or uncle. What do you do with that?
Well,
when you're all together again.
I think the one thing that you don't do is pretend that it doesn't exist, because when people are related, when they are related, there's some special, primitive, atavistic thing that holds them together. The worst thing, John, is when people say, I have no feelings for that person whatsoever. But when there's animosity, when there's tension, you know they are attached. And you've got to try to work that out. You've got to go to someone and say, look, we got to talk about this.
This is silly.
This is bothering me. You are my brother. You are my sister. Now, the strategies are easy. Let's go in the corner and talk. Let's have a little tete-a-tete. Let's have dinner together. But it's the spirit that matters much more. If you go in with the spirit of, I'll never forgive you for the time when you did that, and I'll never forgive you, you're not going to salvage it. You've got to be in a forgiving, generous, magnanimous role. Otherwise, all the strategies will never work.
Tom, I got to tell you this story. Now, vacations, let's get to that. You all look forward to it, and boy, we're going to do this and that. I remember I took the children when they were very little on their first train ride. We went to the zoo, and after a whole day of mother and the kids and the zoo and the people and the food, we got back on that train, and as a psychologist, you tell me if I did wrong.
You did.
All right, will you hear what I said? I said, nobody says a word, because we were close to open warfare.
Oh, I know.
Nobody says anything. We're going to sit on this train, and we're going to get home.
Squabbles.
Little things. One is fighting with the other. Now, that's normal, isn't it?
Absolutely normal. As a matter of fact, my mother always talks about people. She says, you see those two people that are always holding hands? The reason they're doing it is because if they ever let go, they'd kill each other. And there really is that. I know this, of course, is a biased opinion because there's anger. I think you got to allow people to have the squabbles. You got to have them to allow the fights. If brothers and sisters and husbands and wives aren't fighting once in a while, it's hard for me to believe. Now, I won't say you have to have a fight, But you had Phil Zimbardo on Good Day a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And he was talking about shyness, and he says one of the things that shy kids must begin to do is to swear. Now, he doesn't literally mean swear, but he means get the anger out. Squabbles are absolutely normal. One of the reasons, John, squabbles don't happen in a lot of families is because everybody in the family is doing their own thing. They never even have a chance to talk. To be together intimately means every once in a while.
So you're saying there's no way to avoid it?
I don't think there's any way
All
to
right,
avoid
let's
it.
talk about damage control.
Damage control? What does that mean?
That means trying to keep it to within limits.
Oh, you got to control it. You got to discipline it. But that it's there shouldn't be construed as, oh, there's something wrong with this family, or that squabble is going to ruin the whole vacation. Because you can tell your kids, you're not going to ruin my vacation. And the kids are thinking, you already ruined our vacation. The squabbles are natural and normal. One way to get over them often is food.
Food?
Yeah, when people are
Start
fed,
shoving food in their mouth?
right? Well, they can't squabble with the food in their mouth, but there's also a feeling of I'm being taken care of, I'm being nurtured, I'm being loved. All is good. Kids get over fights. What kids don't get over, John, very clearly, is the reality that they've been abandoned. And a squabble doesn't mean you're abandoned. What you can't get over is my father and mother or somebody never talked about me, never talked to me, never talked with me. They didn't care what happens to me. A father that squabbles, a mother that squabbles, a child has got to know he or she is looking out for me. At least they're looking.
Tom, when you and your wife and the kids get in the car, you pack a lunch, a picnic lunch.
In a car.
Is your family the same way? They're opening the sandwiches, you haven't got a block away from home?
Yes, the first question is there, how long will it take? And I've just put the key in the ignition. I shouldn't say this. And then they do argue. There's consternation in the back seat.
Yes.
Yes, the picnics are coming, the pickles are going, this one wanted that kind of cookies, this one kind of that. And I'm thinking, I will never take these people on a vacation. They'll never see a vacation. I'm going alone. It is I laugh about it now. In Walt Disney World, it's a lovely sense. There aren't that many squabbles here, but yes, the inevitable squabbles occur.
So what you're saying, there's no sense trying to put down any rules.
Well, I think you can put down some rules, and I don't think anybody should feel if I'm putting down rules that automatically means it's not a vacation. But I think when you put down a rule, John, what you're saying to someone is you must look out for another human being. You must have appreciation for your sister, for your brother, for your mother, for your father. A rule setting doesn't mean automatic constraint and oppression. It means some setting of limits, and I don't think that's ipso facto bad, even on vacation.
I like the way you talk. Tom Cottle, okay. See? So you had trouble with the kids. Well, everybody else has too. So there's not much you can do about it. But maybe a sense of humor does help.
Oh, gosh, it's the only thing that gets us through.